If Planet Zoo 2 wasn't enough for me to fall behind on, Frontier just announced that they will be releasing the next expansion for Jurassic World Evolution 3, the Rebirth Expansion, alongside free update 1.3 on Tuesday, June 16th. Let's take a look at the trailer and then we'll chat about it.
Il Saint-Hubert, site of top-secret scientific operations. A place where prehistoric marvels could thrive under our watchful eye. We were pioneers, where the cutting edge of creation and modern-day research could coexist. At least, that was the vision for this place. What actually happened there, when it didn't go to plan, was a different story entirely.
The Rebirth expansion, as you might be able to guess by the name, is themed around the movie Jurassic World Rebirth. And it will introduce 4 brand new hybrids, brand new to the game, dinosaurs from the movie, and a bunch of various new skins for existing animals alongside new additions to gameplay. Now, the new gameplay additions are actually my favorite part about this expansion, but let's go ahead and start with the dinosaurs. Now, I can't say that I'm a fan of all of these dinosaurs. I think 2 of them are a bit out there for me, but 2 of them, I actually really do like the models and the designs. I liked them in the movie, so I'll like them in the game. So let's start off with those ones. First, let's talk about my second favorite animal coming to the pack, and that's going to be Titanosaurus. So obviously in the trailer and these screenshots that I'm going to show you, we are getting to see the movie skin of Titanosaurus. I'm sure we will get more of the typical Frontier style color patterns for the skins in the game as well. But as far as the movie pattern goes, if we're talking about a fake dinosaur, really, I am a fan of this design and this model. I like the kind of more muted, earthy tones in its body. Yes, it has kind of like a white cream going up its neck, but I like the kind of stripes up the neck. I definitely like the stripes on the tail, and I do like the pop of color with that red in the frill on the back of its head and the base of its tail. We are also, of course, getting a juvenile with this family unit. You can see it in this screenshot here of the 4 of them standing in this beautiful valley with that temple in the background. The juvenile model, I think, also looks great. You can see the very start of its frill at the base of its tail with just some little spikes. It does still have a long tail, but not quite as long as Mom and Dad. So I am a fan of that design as well. I think it looks adorable. I really honestly haven't met a juvenile that I haven't liked yet. However, we haven't gotten to Distortus Rex, so I might be taking my words back in the near future, but we'll see. Next is the Aquilops. Am I saying that correctly? The cute little guy that rides around in the backpack for basically the entire movie. I'm sure if you are not a fan of the other models, you have to be a fan of this one. How absolutely adorable are these guys? So we do see these in the trailer as well, and they're supposed to be able to transition between walking on 4 legs and standing on 2. So we see a little bit of that, I think, in the trailer when it kind of stands up. All we're seeing is its face. So I am really hoping that its animations are good as well. I need some really cute and endearing animations for this one. So fingers crossed that's kind of how they portray it. It looks like there might be some sexual dimorphism going on. We have this orange one on the right and this more gray one on the left. I'm going to assume that maybe the orange, more muted patterned one is the female. And the male here on the left-hand side with those bright orange streaks, the one that goes through his eye and then up onto the frill, the crest. I don't really know what you call that part of a dinosaur, but you get my point. I think that might be the male and then the other one might be the female. And of course we have this little juvenile in the middle. Absolutely adorable. Moving on to Mutadon. This dinosaur, a combination between a velociraptor and a pterosaur. I don't know what it is. I think it's kind of like the thick neck situation going on. That something about it just doesn't, I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of this one, and that's not because it doesn't look good as far as Frontier's concerned, as far as the model they've created. I just don't think the dinosaur in the movie really looks good at all either. But it's one of the dinosaurs we're getting with the pack, very fitting because it is a Rebirth pack, obviously. What is interesting with these ones, though, is that they are flighted, so they're going to be put in your aviaries in your park, and part of the gameplay update includes some updates to the aviaries, which I'm pretty excited about. We see this one a couple times in the trailer, once kind of flying away in the night, and then we get a real close-up of its feet with that classic raptor claw before it comes out in all its glory, roaring and screaming at the camera. I do have to give credit though, because even though I don't like the model or the dinosaur, Frontier still does a great job. That neck kind of jiggles when it opens its mouth to scream. They do a very good job at animating these animals, making them feel alive. So I do think from a technical standpoint, it does look great. The model that we're seeing, the movie skin that we're seeing, is also very muted, which I do appreciate. It's not like bright red or anything like that, although it has a red tint from the red lights that are around it. It is overall just kind of dark gray, dark and light gray, really. It's got a lot of detail in the stomach, and I do like the slight transparency in the wings. They're kind of more like bat-like. But despite all that, I personally probably won't ever put these guys in one of my parks, but hey, if this dinosaur is for you, then fantastic. And last but not least, we have the big guy, Distortus Rex. Now, this is my least favorite one of the pack. It's my least favorite one from the movie. I think it's just way too far out there for me personally, even though it is a hybrid. Not a huge fan of the 6 legs and the huge head and all that kind of stuff. But I digress. We really don't get a good look at this one throughout the trailer. I think Frontier is kind of holding their cards close to their chest on this one. We do get this screenshot though, however, of a very Ian Malcolm looking dude with a flare in a Jeep, obviously being chased by Distortus Rex. And in this screenshot, I mean, again, as far as recreating the movie Dinosaur in a video game, Frontier has excelled. I think they've done great. Like, it's got a lot of detail. Its skin is very wrinkly. I'm sure the way that it moves in game is going to be great. I am curious though to see this one's animations. With it being the big bad of the movie, right? It's the big, mean, new, scary dinosaur. It has to have some unique animations with either, another one of itself or other dinosaurs in general. I'm hoping for some unique kill animations and a really cool guest kill animation. That whole sentence is something I never thought I would say in my life, but that's kind of what I look forward to with this dinosaur, is just some really cool, detailed animations. And in addition to 4 brand new animals, we're also getting movie skins, new adult models, whole bunch of different colorations and patterns for a bunch of different dinosaurs, including T-Rex, Spinosaurus, Mosasaurus, Quetzal, Dilophosaurus, and Velociraptor. I'll put that all up on the screen so you can see it here. They also did give us just the tiniest sneak peek of 2 of the new patterns coming to the game. And really it's kind of only one, because Quetzal just kind of sticks its beak out of the hatchery, so we really don't see a whole lot of that. But we do get a good look at some of the sails of the Spinosaurus as they are swimming through the water, one of which has a little notch on it, but that's really all they're going to give us until we get our hands on the game. So I'll have to jump in and check those out when I can. Moving on to what I am most excited for is going to be the gameplay updates. There are 5 major updates coming to the game, first of which starting with geothermal power. So on this new island you'll be able to play on, it's powered solely by geothermal energy. You'll have to route your power from geothermal supplies to ensure it's distributed across all of your facilities and upgrade that geothermal power system so that you can progress through the campaign. Going along with the theme of hybrid dinosaurs, there will also be new experimental traits. The Rebirth Expansion introduces several new traits that you can explore that enhance species' biological characteristics or influence how they react to the ranger teams or other species. Having not played the campaign as of yet, the next update is to assignments, which I don't really have an understanding of, again, because I haven't played the campaign yet, but I'll just kind of go over the information that was given to me. This expansion is going to be introducing a more flexible campaign structure where assignments are linked to tasks that allow players to progress in different ways. Players can choose to focus on priority assignments to advance the story or take on a wider range of optional assignments that unlock new geomes, experimental traits, research opportunities, and even more advanced assignments. Completing the assignment will unlock the next and reward players with unique research and/or cash. The last 2 are what I am most excited about, the first of which being scenery, of course. Now, again, admittedly, I haven't spent as much time in Jurassic World Evolution 3 as I might have liked. I certainly haven't shared almost anything with you all, but I do have the intention of changing that at some point in the future, hopefully. But the next update is for scenery. This new update features hundreds of new InGen and Mayan temple-themed scenery pieces alongside over 35 blueprints, including a film-accurate Qualtech gas station. Park guests will also appear as workers throughout your park, and there's also a Rebirth themed SUV, MVU, and ATV, as well as a capture and arrival helicopter. So again, not that I have spent a lot of time building in the game, but you know me and liking to build pretty things. The idea of new scenery pieces, I will always take more to build with, more to play with, so new scenery is great. And last but certainly not least is open air aviaries. So we can see a little bit of this in the trailer when the Mutadon is flying away in the dark. There's like this invisible force fieldy wall coming up from the aviary, and I can only assume that that is the geothermal energy which produces an open air aviary. My very first thought with these is if I can make my own aviary out of build pieces, so make this essentially null. I know it does have to have kind of the wall around it, and the aviary has to be like in the circular shape that the aviaries are. But my first thought again is that I could create my own cap, basically, to the aviary. Or maybe I could make a square aviary and yeah, maybe they wouldn't fly in every single corner, but that's where my brain is going. So this really excites me. Not to mention, it'll be a better way for me to get eyes on my pterosaurs, on my flying dinosaurs, because there's no bars in the way. So when I take screenshots or when I want to get B-roll, I won't be fighting with the constraints of the wired or the barred aviary. So really excited about this one. And finally, as always, there is a free update coming with the Rebirth expansion, and that is free update 1.3. There's a whole bunch of stuff coming in this update, but I'm just going to have up on the screen here some of the major things that are being added. Notably, the things that I'm most excited for is that the Cretaceous cruise can now go through your aviary, which is really, really cool. There's some additional non-gridded scenery pieces, 35 new Rebirth-themed rocks. I have no idea what those will look like, but yay rocks. We always want more rocks. Lights can be turned on during the daytime, and the T-Rex is getting some semi-aquatic behavior, so it sounds like he will be able to swim. So overall, all good stuff, despite the fact that a couple of the mutant dinosaurs, a couple of the hybrid dinosaurs are not for me. The rest of the pack sounds really, really cool, and I do hope that I can find the time and that my back injury cooperates. I can sit at the computer and really put some time into this and explore. If you're excited for it, and specifically if you're excited for more of my content covering Jurassic World Evolution 3, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, leave a like, and comment below your thoughts and opinions on the pack, what you're hoping for, what you're most excited for, all that fun stuff. And until next time, I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye!